final peace deal can be reached. Zelensky spoke with the Danish parliament.
The people who make decisions in Russia think their actions will go unpunished. They think they will be able to avoid sanctions. The embargo on Russian oil, they think it won't last, that it's just talk. Everyone is expressing their concerns, but an international tribunal, the Russians know that will take years to bring perpetrators to account.
USA Radio News.
Have you or someone you know used heartburn medications Zantac or ranitidine and been diagnosed with cancer? Zantac and ranitidine have been positively linked to cancer. According to the FDA, Zantac and ranitidine contain NDMA, a known cancer-causing agent. NDMA has been positively linked to cancers of the bladder, pancreas, esophagus, liver, and stomach. Even in single doses and in smaller doses over time, NDMA is one of the strongest proven cancer-causing agents. Call 888-960-1233 or go to ZantacMoney.com. You may be entitled to substantial compensation without going to court if you or a loved one have taken these products in the past 10 years and been diagnosed with cancer. Call now to see if you qualify for free. Call 888-960-1233 or visit ZantacMoney.com to get what may be owed to you. You may be entitled to a cash reward. Find out now at ZantacMoney.com or call 888-960-1233 to see if you qualify for free.
The Food and Drug Administration authorized Americans 50 and older can now get a second COVID-19 booster if it's been at least 4 months since your last vaccination. Florida and many other states have had enough of the Fed's COVID restrictions and are going to court.
Florida is leading a 20-state lawsuit against the White House to try to end a federal mask mandate for public transportation. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says these policies have inconsistent logic.
If you have somebody sitting in the window seat and they're nibbling on peanuts for 2.5 hours, they can have their mask down. You have the person in the middle seat that is not eating. If they just wanted to read a magazine without the mask, then somehow that would be a big problem.
DeSantis adds that the mask mandate is contributing to the growing number of unruly passengers that have put pressure on transportation employees. From the USA Radio News Phoenix Bureau, I'm Tim Berg.
How to plant delicious strawberries that will be way better than store-bought. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
I'm Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried. Everyone knows Florida grows the world's best produce. From citrus to strawberries, watermelon to blueberries, our produce growers feed our families and the world. With over $125 million in annual revenue for growers, the Fresh from Florida program helps Florida farmers stay competitive in a tough marketplace. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Here's farmer and businessman James Wood.
We farm about 3,500 acres. There's pipelines everywhere. The contractor working on my property did not have the lines located before he began work, and it resulted on a strike on a natural gas pipeline. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it could have been much worse.
Never assume the location or depth of underground lines. Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
No matter what type of strawberry you grow, make sure to put them in a spot that will get at least 6 hours of direct sunlight along with moist, well-drained soil. Spade soil to a depth of 8 to 10 inches, working in plenty of compost or well-rotted manure. You'll have the most success with new plants bought from a reputable nursery rather than plants passed along from a friend's garden. Strawberry plants decrease in vigor after a few years, and they're susceptible to diseases, so it's best to start fresh. In fact, your whole bed should be replaced every 4 to 5 years. Plant June bearers in early spring in rows 4 feet apart, setting the plants 2 feet apart. The mother plants make plantlets on long stems called runners that root where they touch the ground. These will fill the rows and create a mat. Let them fill up a 2-foot wide space, keeping room between the rows for access. For ever-bearing and day-neutral types, clip off those runners and only maintain the original plants. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be partly sunny and warm with a high of 87 to 89. Partly cloudy and warm this evening. Low tonight 69 to 71. Thursday will be mostly cloudy, breezy, and very warm. High tomorrow 90 to 93. And mainly cloudy Friday with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm. And a high of 79 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you from the studios of WOCA Radio, located just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. You know, today is supposed to be a fantastic day. Sunny, 0% chance of rain, high in the mid-80s, and then it gets ugly. Tomorrow, 70% chance of rain. Friday, 60% chance of rain. Saturday, 60% chance of rain. There's a front that's coming. It's in the Midwest now, stretches from the Great Lakes, where it's snowing in Chicago, all the way down through Mexico. It's coming across the country, and forecasters expect it to stall out over us tomorrow afternoon and sit for all day Friday and most of Saturday before it clears up on Sunday. The temperatures will be in the 80s the entire time. So it looks like we're going to have 2.5 days of rain maybe in the next 3 days. So make sure you prepare for that possibility, because nobody wants 3 days of rain, but it'll help us in the long run. It really will. So there's a new development that's cleared another hurdle. The View, it clears its first hurdle to build a 321 unit apartment complex on State Road 200. It features upgraded amenities and rents that are about $1,850 per month. It cleared its first hurdle Monday. Now it must go before the Marion County Commission for final considerations. If approved, the apartment complex called The View would be located on right at 20 acres just west of the Chest Pain Heart Center. Across from Southwest 80th Street connects to north side of State Road 200. The View will feature 2, 3, and 4-story buildings. 4-story buildings will be located closest to 200. 2-story buildings will be located in the rear, closest to Marion Landing and Sun Country Estates developments. The View will include a 4,800-square-foot clubhouse with a 24-hour fitness center. It'll have a leasing center, a game room, a coffee bar, as well as a computer and print stations. It'll also have a 5,000-square-foot outdoor amenity center, which will include an outdoor fire pit, shuffleboard, playground, pickleball court, outdoor yoga area, and 200,000-square-foot, 60,000-gallon pool. There will also be 2 fenced dog parks, measuring a total of 4,500 square feet. Marion Landing residents, they appeared before the Planning and Zoning Commission because they think it'll just be, this apartment area will be used as a shortcut to Southwest 60th. So, but all that, the roads and stuff, all that will be worked out if this is passed. But there looks like cleared its first hurdle for a 321 unit apartment complex called The View, that the rents start at $1,850 a month. So it's going to be a high-end apartment complex. It will help in some aspects ease the burden of the shortage of housing, but not for people of lower middle class or poverty level, because it's $1,850 a month for an apartment. Man. I have a friend of mine, she's moving away, and she showed me the house they're moving into. And she's so happy with the house, and she says it's perfect for what they need and everything. It's great, and it's not, it's a nice little house with the picket fence like look and everything. It's 1,400 square feet. She's paying $2,700 a month for it. Man. Guess there's just something to location. Because it's in a downtown metropolitan area. They can walk to work and everything. $2,700 for a 1,400 square foot house. By the way, a house that was built in the 1950s. Man, talk about it taxing some investments. There you go. But this is a plan in southwest Marion County. The View, it clears its first hurdle as it got the approval of the Planning and Zoning Commission, and now it goes in front of the full commission. But residents around there are worried that the new community will cut through their neighborhood to avoid State Road 200 on their way to Hammett Bowen Elementary School, Liberty Middle School, and commercial developments under construction along Southwest 95th Street. Eric Nelson, who is part of Luxury Leased Homes, told the Volunteer Marion County Planning and Zoning Board that his development company has 35 plus years experience and that they will make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and they will look at all the concerns that residents from around the area have and look to alleviate those concerns. So we'll see how this apartment complex comes out. But it cleared its first hurdle Monday night as it came through the Planning and Zoning Board. Now, this acreage is zoned commercial, and 850,000 square feet of commercial could be built on the almost 20 acres of land. That would lead to more than 33,000 extra daily trips on 200. The apartments will generate about 1,700 extra daily trips. And that's something you got to take into effect is what kind of stress will this new unit, this new set of apartment units put on the traffic of 200? Because we all know the traffic on 200 around on top of the world out there, 80th and all that area, is dense. Quite the traffic out there. And, putting 321 units out, extra units out there, that's at least one car for every unit, you would think. That's 320 extra cars that go in and out of there on a daily basis. Most families are two-car families, so it could even be more than that. And that's just the added traffic going in and out of that apartment complex. That doesn't count the food ride services, the ride share services, deliveries, furniture company, everything, the day-to-day living of an apartment complex. So I'm sure there's more discussion going to be had, but it cleared its first hurdle. The View apartment complex, a proposed apartment complex of 321 units in 4-story, 3-story, and 2-story buildings. So we'll see what happens with that development, but it's cleared its first hurdle by getting through the Zoning and Planning Commission. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Remember, coming up at the end of the show today, Yvette from the Go Green CBD will be here. It's always fun when she's in studio. We'll talk to her towards the end of this show about the quality and the medicinal uses of CBD. We'll be back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA, 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Hey, folks, it happens just once a year. An absolute explosion of color at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. You've not seen anything like it this year. Rows and rows of blooms and blossoms. Thousands of your favorites and many one-of-a-kind items. Many items